Hi, my name is Agata. Welcome in Agata's Cottage. It's time for hashtag Friday Sews. As you know, this hashtag was started by Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room. Every week you will find lovely vlogs under this hashtag. We talk about our makes, our plans, and a bit about life. Now, let's start with what I've been making over the last 2 weeks. I haven't done much sewing previous week. Easter prep and everything. We try to combine traditions from Polish culture, where Chris and I grew up, and Irish culture, where we live for last almost 20 years. So that adds up a little bit to the Easter prep. Traditionally in Poland, people are more focused on traditional breakfast with a lot of different dishes going into it. Here it's more Easter egg hunt and then traditional lunch or dinner. So I do everything. It was fun, but it was a lot of organizing, prep, tidying up, decluttering and stuff like that. So I haven't done much sewing last week. Plus it's midterm break, therefore Alice is with me all the time, and that limits my sewing time. I know I could in theory sew after she's gone to bed, but first I'm exhausted by the evening time, and second, my machine, basically my sewing desk, is attached or faces the wall to Alice's room, and the noise of the machines and the vibrations do wake her up. Therefore I tend to not to sew past 8 p.m. Sometimes I envy moms who can sew in the evenings, because that's few hours where you can do just sewing and nothing else. Anyway, what I've been up to. So I tackled something that I was planning to make for hashtag Sew Yellow for Endo. Unfortunately, I didn't make it in time for the challenge, but I did manage to finish it this week. So that's my make 9 entry. So that's make number 4, and I will show you the pattern in case if you are not aware what I'm doing for my make 9. So I decided to create a mini capsule wardrobe for stay-at-home mom. So I aim to have majority of the pieces that you can mix and match, that you can do something with them, that for example you can wear skirt with various t-shirts and tops, the same for the trousers. You can wear cardigan with any of the pieces I made. The only standalone item that I didn't try to coordinate the fabric was my PJ. So I decided to use McCalls M8160. This pattern came with the Love Sewing magazine. I think that was Love Sewing. Yes, Love Sewing. So I knew this pattern is oversized pattern, therefore I didn't go with my body measurements, because my body measurements put me in size XL. But the size XL has, let me check, the finished bust measurements is 53 and a half inch. That's 9.5 inch of ease. That's way more than I needed. So the next size down was size L, and that was 49.5 inch ease. I didn't thought that I need that as well, so I went with size M. So my bust is 44 inches, my high bust is 40. My hips is 42, 43, depends on the day, basically. So I decided to go with size M. I do like my PJs loose, but not too loose. When they are too loose, they just tangled up and it annoys me. So I went with size M. I didn't use the seam allowance as per pattern, so I didn't use 5/8 of an inch. I just used 1/4 inch, basically width of my foot for my, width of my stitches for my overlocker. To be honest, when I made it, I was extremely disheartened. I put it on and I didn't like it whatsoever. It looked like a tent. It was loose, it was shapeless, and I don't know what I was expecting, because it is shapeless basically. When you look at the um, line drawing, it is shapeless pattern, so basically very boxy. um, but the grown sleeve are quite low. They actually start here, and I didn't like the way the neckline was finished. Just I just didn't like it. But I thought, okay, it's a PJ. I will give it a try. We'll see how I like sleeping in it. And I proved myself wrong. I love this pattern now. For the future, I will do completely different neck finish. This one has facing, and the facing keeps turning up. It drives me insane. So I will trim it down so it's just a little bit below the stitch line. The sleeves are completely unnecessarily, they, like on the model here, they are up to here. On me they go to elbow, and I do not have short arms, so it's just a matter, because it's so oversized here. Basically the sleeve starts way below than where it should be. So for the next one, I will still use view B, so the dress version, this one. I will change neck closure basically, or the neck finish, and I will use the bias binding, or I will use just the ribbing, but I'll probably go with bias binding. I prefer that on nightgowns. I will skip the sleeve completely and finish the raw edges with the bias binding. On this nightgown, because I didn't have enough fabric to have hem allowance, on this nightgown I decided to do the bias tape. I had yellow bias tape, like a mustard, in my stash, and it's perfect finish for the bottom. It's the most comfy nightgown I have. I loved sleeping in it. It's flowy but not too flowy. It's proper length, so like I like when my nightgowns finish before the knee, and it's not too tight around neck. I hate when things are too tight around neck, so it's perfect. So this made me realize that sometimes, even though we initially don't like something, we might turn out loving it, and vice versa. The next make I did, actually, I cut out this one first, but I haven't sewn it. And then I decided I want to make something for So Frugal, because it was Easter Saturday, so the 30th. I had nothing done. As you might know, I gave up on my Vera top. Actually, on the hack of the Vera top. I think I messed up something when I was adding volume to the pattern pieces, and I just don't like the way it looks. I decided to just skip this hack and focus on something else and use the fabric on future make. I think I will make a bomber jacket out of that fabric. It would be way more suitable than actually a dress. So I wanted to do something for So Frugal. Just had one entry, nothing else. And I was busy with Easter prep, therefore I didn't have much time. So I decided to reach for one of Made by Oranges patterns. They have few patterns free on their website, and I did made two of their patterns in the past, and Alice loved both of them. One is one of her favorite go-to, therefore I know that the fit is right. I went for size 152, although Alice is slightly taller, but because she's slim, we checked her bust measurement, like her chest measurement and her waist measurement, and decided, it's okay for her to have one shorter top for the summer. So I use remnants of both those fabrics, and I created this. I will leave link to the pattern below. I don't remember the name of the pattern exactly. I think it's a Vin, something like that. So the original pattern is just a solid block color, because I had limited number, like limited volume of the B fabric. I decided to color block. I marked on the pattern piece how much of the fabric I had, and basically added seam allowance when I was cutting out on both pattern pieces, and I love it. Next time, because there will be next time, I will slightly change the way the sleeves are finished, and I will slightly change the way the facing on the bottom is done. So there is a facing that creates a tunnel for the strings, and overall is relatively quick make. It's easy enough, and Alice loves it. We added ties made of that salvage edge from one of the jerseys I used long time ago, and because it was very long salvage edge and it was curly, I thought, it's actually good for ties, so I just put it to my box with ties, and I think it adds to the overall bee vibe theme of this top. She loves how it turned out and cannot wait to wear it. Now, what else I made? I also made her a set for Daddy's Day at work. So Chris's company organize a kids day at work once a year, and I made her new set last year, and she asked could I make her one this year as well. She picked her fabrics herself, she picked patterns herself, so both patterns are from October magazine. I used the same jumper pattern as I did as a base for her multi-green St. Patrick's Day jumper, and the same as for World Book Day. She loves the fit of it. It's loose but not too loose. It's long enough so she has plenty of space to grow. We added big kangaroo pocket going from one side to other side, and I used almost every single bit of this fabric. Actually, I can show you how much I have left. Out of whole meter, that's what's left. So I actually have a plan for this remnant. It will go as applique, actually reverse applique on something. So I made her the jumper and the trousers. Both fabrics are from Ecobee. If they are still in stock, I will leave them linked down below. While I was finishing that and we were checking what t-shirt she would wear with the set, I remembered that I promised her I will add a little placket on her Imogen World Book Day top, so she doesn't look like Where's Willie. I got this patch from Timu. I'm not sure how it will hold. I will add few stitches with the white thread just to secure it in place so it won't fall off during a wash, but I think it looks adorable, and this patch adds a tiny bit of something extra to the top. And she loves the books, so that's win-win. So that's all things that I made during the last 2 weeks. It's not too many, but I think it's good enough. So what else? I'm planning a big sewing marathon next week. So I have on my list hoodie for Chris in dark purple color, and I have a Cuddle Tunic for me also in purple fabric. And why purple? Because I actually have a variegated blue purple thread in my overlocker, and I just want to use the chance and get those makes out of my way because they are on my list for a very long time. So those two things I'm hoping to sew over the weekend, assuming that nothing else happens. If the weather will be nice, of course we will go somewhere, but I think we are expecting another big storm, so it sounds like we will be staying home. I'm also planning to make a tote bag, so a kind of like a shopping tote bag. I have this fabric that I got last winter in a fabric outlet, and I promised my sister-in-law tote bag in it. and I saw the tote bag that Rachel from this French Sims made for her mom, using tutorial by Sam from So Sparkle with Sam. And I don't know how I didn't notice that tote bag before, because of course I have to make it now. Like, it's fabulous. So that's my plan. This fabric is relatively thick fabric. It's actually curtain fabric. I think it's blackout type of curtain, but I did make the tote bag using this type of fabric before, and it was extremely sturdy and brilliant for carrying heavy stuff. So that's what I will be making probably Monday or Tuesday. Okay, now time for stash update. So I haven't bought any fabrics since 27th of January, and I'm extremely proud of myself. I will buy some lining and calico next Saturday, because we are planning to visit Carlo Fabrics. I need to take fabrics that I'm considering for my frogtails dress to match the lining. So that's what I will be taking with me there, just so I have some kind of reference, because those fabrics do need lining for the bodice part, and the skirt part depends on what I will make, and I don't have anything suitable in my stash. However, I did went a bit overboard with buying simplicity patterns during sale. Initially I bought few patterns, and then I saw Rochelle from Rochelle Handmade Design on Instagram wearing fabulous blouse, white with polka dots, and I messaged her asking what's the pattern name, if she made it. So she responded with the name of the pattern, and I was like, I'm so silly. I had that pattern in my cart and decided, you know what, I will get it next time. And I loved her blouse so much that I decided I'm gonna go back for that pattern. And when I was browsing what else they have, and a few friends messaged me with more recommendations, Alice spotted some of their patterns. Therefore, we got few patterns for her, and as I mentioned, we went a bit overboard. What patterns did I got? I got Simplicity 8874. It's relatively simple. It's for stretch knit fabrics. It has pockets and invisible zipper, if I'm correct. No, actually it doesn't have a zipper, so that's good. But it has the seam lines at the back. That means it will be way easier to do sway back adjustment than without it. So I thought that it will be classic versatile pattern to try, and I don't have anything similar in my stash. The second pattern I got is Simplicity 8637. I'm actually considering this dress as something for frog tails, and I'm doing it because we have been also invited to a wedding. So a friend of ours is getting married, and wedding is happening in November. Originally, I was planning to wear my frogtail dress from last year, so Betty by Sinclair pattern. But I spoke with one of my other friends who recently went to the party where the wedding is happening, and she did say that the venue was quite warm, therefore something with long sleeves will be way too much. Something short sleeve and the cardigan will be much better option, because she actually wore the long sleeves. So I added this to a list. If I will make something for frog tails, I might actually wear it also to a wedding. Next dress I got is this. It's a Mimi G by made for simplicity, so it's S9539. It's the wrap dress, and it was recommended to me by few friends. It has only actually it has two views, one with long sleeve and one with short sleeves. I'm not sure which version I would make, but I just love it, so I thought that I will give it a try. I do love wrap dresses. Next thing I got is this blazer pattern. It's Simplicity S8844. It was made for the threads, and I just love all the views. I just love it, and it's online, so it should be relatively easy to make, you know, without playing with lining. But it has princess seams, so it will add a little bit of shaping to the bodice. Next pattern is one of the vintage patterns, and I picked it because of the shorts. So it's Simplicity 8654, and I just love those shorts. Like, they are culottes, but they are like type of culottes, but they're with pleats, and they have side zip, and I just couldn't resist. I don't think that I would wear the shirt tied like that. I'm not a teenager anymore. It's not something that I would feel comfortable with. But the shorts I just love, and I thought that, you know, I will give them a go. Next pattern is underwear pattern. So I decided I'm gonna give making a bra a go. Not a sports bra, because I've been making them for last 3 years, but proper bra. So I got this Simplicity pattern S9833. It was recommended by few of my friends, so I'm gonna give it a go. Next pattern is the blouse that Rochelle recommended, is Simplicity S9818, and I love all the views. So it comes in 3 views. It has a normal collar, it has a bigger collar, and it has a bow at the front. It's a raglan sleeve. Sleeves are gathered, so they are either long, like a elbow length, or they are short length. Although on the line drawings it almost looks like it's full length, but it seems like it's just below elbow. I just love this pattern. I'm actually considering making it for Sew April blouse sewing challenge, but about that I will have separate video. I also picked this pattern, so it's Simplicity 9288, and it's one of the Gertie patterns, and I just love wrap tops, and this one is just so cute. I love this vintage vibe. I actually picked it as an option for the outfit for the wedding, because I have in my stash lovely taffeta with like a irregular black and pale pink, I think it's pale pink, pale peach checkers or plate or whatever you call it. So I was thinking that would be perfect for a skirt, assuming I have enough, and then I could use a jersey to make the shorter version of the top, and that would look great together, and I could actually mix and match. But that's one of the options. I also picked 9381. It's another Simplicity pattern, and it was designed by Mimi G. I just love the whole outfit, whole vibe. I love the shorts, and as you know, shorts are coming back. Not that for me they never were out, but apparently they weren't the big thing. So I think that pattern will be perfect for the, I think it's called a corporate core type of vibe. So I just love it. I'm not sure I will get to make whole set anytime soon, but I will definitely give shorts a go before summer starts. I also picked 2 trousers patterns. So one is Simplicity 9647. I just loved the overall vibe of those trousers. They are wide leg, and they have welt pockets, and they're what I like to wear basically. So I thought that I will give them a try. I especially love view A with those big cuffs. It's definitely not something that I would make anytime soon, but I learned recently that very often paper patterns, they disappear, and I do prefer paper pattern over PDF. It's just, there's something special about tracing it and getting yourself acquainted with the pattern pieces ahead of cutting them out, so that's why I picked it up. Plus I had a good success with bottoms from the big four, so I'm hoping it will continue. Another trousers pattern I picked is 1887. This one come recommended from 3 or 4 of my sewing friends, so I'm eager to give it a go. I just love those line drawings. It has elasticated waist. I especially love the skirt version actually. It has elasticated waist for the back and partially the sides and flat front. It has great pockets, and who doesn't love pockets, and it has little pleats at the front, so that helps with um, extra fullness in tummy, so I'm eager to give this a go really soon. I have 3 more patterns for me, and then we'll go to the patterns that Alice picked. So I got this blouse because it's kind of girly blouse, quite romantic, but it's not just ruffles and bows and too girly, because I don't do too girly dresses or tops. It's just not for me. But I loved the line drawings of it. I loved the little tie across the chest, and I think it will be perfect addition to my pattern stash. Pattern number 1064. So I've been eyeing this pattern for probably a year and a half now. I had it in my cart on Amazon numerous times, and it wasn't ever on sale, so I was putting it away. And then when I saw it on So Irish website, I thought that I'm actually gonna get this pattern. So I love the wrap top. I love the overall kind of romantic feel, but not too romantic, if you know what I mean. And it will be perfect to wear with leggings, and I do love wear leggings in summer and or spring. It's for woven fabrics, and I do have good few fabrics in my stash that would be perfect for this pattern. The last pattern I picked is Simplicity S645. I just love the shoulder details. It's actually not a raglan sleeve, it's a normal satin sleeve with the shoulder yoke. So they're little yokes, and it's brilliant for color blocking. You can use multiple fabrics and it will be fun. It has this gorgeous version, the C version, with the rushed sides, and their puffy sleeves. So I'm very excited about this pattern. So now let's go to the patterns that Alice picked. We started with Simplicity 9722. She fell in love with the View B. So a little romper with short sleeve and short legs, and she just loves it. I have good few cotton poplin in my stash that would be perfect for it, so she cannot wait for me to make it. Actually, she wanted me to make it for today, and I was like, there are certain things that are not possible, and that's one of those. The second pattern we picked is S9019. It's just overall like a home leisure, lounge leisure type of pattern. So the trousers and the jumper, they came in sizes for girls and for misses, so I fit in into the biggest size range, the biggest pattern in the misses size range, and it goes up to size 16, so we should get few years out of this pattern, and I just love it. Next pattern that Alice fall in love with is this Simplicity 9654. She wants all the things made, of course, now. She loves the bomber jacket with those big puffy sleeves. She loves the shapes of the trousers and those cute pockets with the ruffle. I have a corduroy in my stash that we were planning to make her another of the dungarees, but I think I have enough of that fabric to actually make her a set of the trousers and the bomber jacket. So I think we will go with that. She's just like, mommy, I just love it. Now next two patterns I got for her is this one. So it's 8105. So it's a tunic in two versions and leggings, and it goes up to size 14. So that's the back line drawings. So one of the line drawings at the back has little gathers, and it's kind of extra volume, so it's kind of twirly. The other one has option for color blocking and adding lace. And although Alice is not the biggest fan of wearing dresses anymore, she does like to have some feminine touches or girly touches in her clothes, so adding lace would be perfect. And the last one that we picked up is Simplicity S9695, and it's just the hoodie and the joggers. They are unisex. They are perfect for color blocking, or you can do them as solids. It doesn't really matter. And she just loved the overall look of it, so I got that pattern for her. I got all those patterns from So Irish. It's one of the Irish shops that stocks big four patterns. I will leave link to the pattern below, and I will put the numbers of all the patterns we got in case if you are interested. I did bought a lot of patterns. I kind of went overboard with it, but I haven't bought fabrics in such a long time that I thought that it's okay for me to buy a bit of patterns. However, now I need to think about sorting out my storage for my paper patterns, because I have so many of them now. I do need to sort them out. So I'm planning to make today, actually that's my make plan for today, to make a box that will be same size for the bottom, for the width, as the Kallax unit boxes. However, I will add the divider in the middle, and the box will be just up to like this height, so I can still see the numbers of the patterns. I will see how it goes. I kind of drafted the main pattern piece, and I'm planning to use the foam. So as soon as I know how it went on, I will let you know. These are all my plans or my makes for last 2 weeks. Now a bit about life. So Alice is going back to school on Monday. I will miss having her at home, but at the same time I will be happy to have a little bit of free time during the day to actually do a bit more of sewing. Everything else is just old mundane stuff, home, school, Chris's work, etc., etc. So nothing major to report. I am getting very excited about the frog tails and a bit nervous about what I'm about to make, because it's less than 2 months, so I think it's like month and a half left, not even. So it's starting to get real, but yeah, I think I will come up with something. Did you had successful sewing week? Did you enjoy your Easter time? Are there any special traditions you are celebrating? I would love to read about them in the comments. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Happy sewing, and don't forget, clean your sewing machine and change your needle. Bye.